Hello. Today's day one of starting a podcast on releasing fear, feeling through our emotions, processing them, getting through to the other side. And I'm spontaneously, impromptu doing this now, sitting in my living room. And I've just been crying. And I just felt like this is the right time, as good as any, to start this, because I have lived my life, it feels like, from a point of making all my decisions based out of fear. Fear of not being able to make everyone happy, or trying to not disappoint anyone, worrying that if I made a wrong decision, people would think less of me, or, those kinds of things. And I got to go through this year. I took a big leap of faith on myself and worked through some kind of fears, and I learned, fear is false evidence appearing real. So it's just these ideas that you come up with. Your brain is doing a great job at trying to protect you, trying to foresee all the issues that could happen. Also, if you hear noise, I have a cat. I will get her later. Side quest. I have a cat named Cheddar Biscuit. I'll bring her if she comes over. So let's go back to, what were we talking about? This idea of you base all your decisions from fear. And so I took a leap of faith on myself and worked through some fears and decided to take this amazing course online called the Creators Program by Jay Skibbins. And I think you can tell from, just think of the way that my face was when I started this video to where I am right now, just thinking about this. And I went through this Creators Program with Jay, and it really taught me how to change my perspective and my mindset. Mindset is everything. And this is, since we're starting a podcast, this will be an episode later. Jay's program is about co-parenting. And so I have 2 kids that I co-parent with. And again, okay, we're back. Okay. Gonna have to come up with a camera system because, we'll figure it out. So I took this co-parenting course, and I have 2 kids that I co-parent with. And so again, that's like a whole nother journey. So if there's anyone that comes across this, if you want to hear more about how to reclaim that, I can talk a little bit about my experience, and then I will definitely send you over the information to go check out Jay's stuff online. And if it resonates with you, you should do a clarity call, because if it resonates, check it out. We could talk about that later. But yeah, releasing fear. And I guess kind of going back full circle is I learned from my experience going through that program that there's a lot of us that have trouble with releasing fear or processing our emotions. And I learned how to, at first, really come out of fight or flight, constant freeze mode. For me, it's freeze mode. And learning first how to get myself unstuck from that. And then it's like a ripple effect in life, because once you start to learn how to get unstuck from that, you can learn how to change your subconscious patterns that kind of kept you in these fear loops. And once you become aware of that, it goes into all sorts of different things with, learning to not avoid certain parts of yourself, and actually, talking to yourself and giving yourself love and compassion and kindness like you would to a friend or a sibling or someone else in your life, like, just think, I always say this, is like, we talk so meanly to each other, and I'm always get my mom finger out. I was like, stop it, just stop it, stop being so mean to ourselves. Because think about the things that you say to yourself internally of like, oh, I can't believe I didn't get that done, or why is this taking so long, or other people seem to have no problem with this, so why do I struggle with this? And those things, your brain hears that and takes that as truth, and that's where we start to make those fear-based decisions based on this negative programming we've been telling ourselves, and we hear it from maybe other people or situations in life. And once you become aware of that, you can learn how to bring that to your conscious awareness and really rewire those. You catch yourself saying those things, and that's where you learn. You can take a pause, and I can talk about, if this interests you, let me know, and I can talk about some of the ways that I've gone through that in my own life and I've learned, so I was saying, I've learned how to catch myself saying negative, like subconscious, automatic negative phrases to myself, but I've learned to create that pause where I notice it, and I've learned ways of how to rewire the wording of that to create more positive affirmations. And I'm gonna have to look up the statistics on this, but I think it's something like 95% of what we do is from our subconscious mind. And you think, the automatic thoughts and breathing, you don't have to think about digesting, all these things. And it's only 5% of what we do is from our conscious mind. But you can rewire that when you start catching yourself and rephrasing things and doing positive affirmations. And it's a whole nother, I'd love to do a whole nother episode on that, because there's so much. And just for me, it's to bring it full circle, is for me knowing where I was even a year ago and how I would react to things. I've learned how to slow down and process things and respond over reacting. And within that, I came up with this idea of, and it's kind of bringing in all these things I've learned from all these different creators and thought processes and techniques. And I've taken, what works for me, and I've done a lot of things that ended up not working for me, but then also going on the journey of learning to be okay when things don't work out how you plan, because that means that you get to learn what actually aligns with who you are. And that really is a beautiful thing. So bring it full circle. Fear keeps us stuck in these loops, and I've managed to break out of some of those loops, and there's more loops that I've discovered I get to, not should or have to, but I get to break through. And I just want to share what I've done, because I've seen the transformation in my own life. And if something from any of this resonates with someone and helps someone else, then that's great, and that would be amazing. And if it doesn't resonate, I'm not going to be, engaging in negative. I don't give energy to negative self-talk. So, hello, I'm finishing a video. So I don't give any attention to the negative self-talk. I would just focus on the positive and the light, and sharing experiences and helping each other out. And again, too, doorbell. So this is all real life. So if it resonates, stick around.